Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to our channel. Today, yes, we are with another interesting and important video. As you can see, the topic variations. Yes, there are two kind of variations, one direct or one inverse. So we have some questions regarding these variations. Let's see what kind of questions they are. Definitely these are picked from the past papers. So don't wasting time. Let's move on to the first question. X varies directly as the cube root of y. Remember, it's not cube, it says cube root. Let's see how do we express. So x is directly proportional to the cube root of y. This is the way we express cube root, where y is 8 and x is 6. Now they ask you find the value of x when y is 64. Find the value of x when y is 64. Remember, it's direct proportion. Yes, in this case, we always multiply in the cross direction. We call it cross multiplication. Means 6 multiplied by cube root of 64 and x multiplied by cube root of 8. So the cube root of 64 will be 4 and cube root of 8 is 2. Since we are looking for the value of x, let's make x subject. Let's remove 2 from the right hand side. It comes here and divides the left hand side. So x is 12. This is the new value. This is the required value of x. As you observe, the value of x increases. That is why you notice that the value of x increase is 12, which is bigger than 6, which tell you, yes, they are directly connected with each other. One quantity increases, other also increases. Okay, let's take another question. What we have, y is inversely proportional to x squared. Yes, y is inversely proportional to x squared. Where y is 16 and x is 5 squared. But we are looking for the value of y, yes, where the value of x is given, which is 10. Don't forget to write the square. Okay, it's an inversely proportional, yes. In this case, the multiplication will be applied in this pattern since it's an inversely proportional. Means 16 multiplied by 5 squared and y multiplied by 10 squared. 16 times 25, y times 100. So 16 times 25 divided by 1. So let's simplify. 25 times 1, 25 times 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 16. So the value of y will be is 4. Now, look at the values of x. X increases from 5 to 10. And if you look at the value of y is 4, it means y decreases. And yes, it must happen because the relation is inverse. That is why one quantity increases, other decreases. Okay, please note it down so we move to the next question. Again, y is inversely proportional to x. Yes, y is inversely proportional to x, where y is 8 and x is 9. If x is 6, what is the value of y? Again, it's an inverse relation, means the multiplication will be conducted or will be numbers multiplied in this pattern. Therefore, 8 times 9 is equals to y times 6. So 8 times 9 divided by 6 will be y. Let's simplify as much as possible. 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 2 times 1, 2 times 4. So y is equals to 12. Let's see. Since x decreases from 9 to 6, and you notice y increased. Yes, the relation was inverse. That is why this happens. One quantity increases, other decreases. Okay, let's try the next one. Y is directly proportional to x minus 4. Y is directly proportional to x minus 4. Y is 3 and x is 16. Find y in terms of x. In this case, they did not ask you to find the value of y. They asked you to find a relation or equation between x and y. But the process of multiplication will remain same. How? Since it's a direct proportion, so we will multiply in the cross direction. Means y multiplied by 16 minus 4 and 3 multiplied by x minus 4. Y times 12 and this is 3 upon 8. Now, since they ask you to find y in terms of x, means we have to make y subject. That is why I move 12 from left side to the right hand side. Now you can see 3 and 12 may cancel each other. So your required equation would be Y is equals to 1 upon 4 x minus 4. This is your required value. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The wavelength W for radio signal is inversely proportional to the square of its frequency. Square of its frequency. So, uh, wavelength W is inversely proportional to the square of the frequency. Frequency is 200 and wavelength is 1500. Find an equation in terms of it. Means yes, inversely proportional. So we will multiply in the cross direct. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Inversely proportional. So we will multiply in this pattern. Therefore, W times F squared is equal to 1500 multiplied by 200 squared. Okay, let's start working. Since the F, and look at this, it says find an equation connecting F and W square and W. It means you can make anything as a subject. You can make W as a subject, you can make F as subject. So it's better to make W as subject. So 1500 times 200 times 200 divided by frequency square, or to simplify it further, it's going to be this is the equation connecting frequency and the wavelength W. This is what they ask you. The next part, this is part 8. In the next part, find the value of when W is 600. Now we use the equation that we formed in the previous part. Let's write down the equation. First, it says this is the equation. Substitute the value W as 600. Let's make F square subject. F square is going to be divided by 600. Oh, 10101010 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and which is 6. Yeah, this is. I need to take the square root of this answer. I'll take the square root. Okay, let's take the square root. What will be the answer of the square root? Okay, give me a minute. Let's check. The square root of is 223.606. 223.606 is the frequency. This is what they ask you as a frequency. I hope you have noted down carefully. So student, that's all for, let's see, do we have one more question? Yeah, oh, that's a good thing. We have one more question for you. That's really good. Hey, a spray can is used to paint a wall. Sometimes we saw the thickness of a paint of the wall is T. The distance of the spray can form the wall is D, inversely proportional to the square of D. Okay, G. The distance of the spray can from the wall D is inversely proportional. T is inversely proportional to the square of D. Okay, okay, okay. So T is inversely proportional to the square of D. We have T as a 0.2. We have D as 8 squared. Since D is 10, what should be the value of D? Again, it's an inversely proportional means we will multiply in this pattern. The patterns are very important when you have inverse or you have a direct relation. So 0.2 times 8 squared is equals to 3 times 10 squared. It's 2 over 10 times 64 t times 100. It's 128 and 10 times 100. So t is going to be 128 divided by 1000, or t is going to be 0.128. This is your final thickness of the wall that should be at this moment if you spray 10 meters away from the wall. Yes. So I repeat, but remember carefully when you have a direct proportion or you have inverse proportion, how do you multiply? What is the pattern of the multiplication? That is very, very important. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, friends. Inshallah ta'ala, we will meet again very soon with some new interesting video. Till then, take care.